You want to know something I realized the other day? 90% of our unhappiness comes from having too many desires. We desire more money. We desire for the weather to be nicer. We wish we were a little hotter. We wish we were a little colder. We desire so many things, and in turn, our current situation seems worse because of it. I've always found in my life that when I focus solely on one thing, when I just want one thing, when I just desire one thing, I can normally achieve it, or at least make a significant amount of progress with it. And you might have found this sometimes. You might have found that you have way too many desires right now. And it's really easy for us young guys to understand that we have so many desires because there's so much we want. We're young, we're coming up. We want to have a girlfriend. We want to look cool. We want to have all these things. But in turn, our current situation feels worse. Guess what, bro? You're alive. You're here. You're still living. You're still breathing. You still probably have food and shelter. You're watching this video. You're probably pretty comfortable in your chair right now. That's great. People are desiring the life you're living right now. Of course you're going to desire things. Of course you're going to want more things. But how about we just cut that out? How about we take away a lot of those desires and just focus on one thing? If I could just wave a magic wand right now and eliminate 99% of your desires, and you could just focus on one, think about how much progress you can make in that. And desired goal, you can change the word up, but what I'm practically saying is desired goal, if you could just focus on one thing, think about how much progress you'd make. You'd make a lot. And a quote I really like from the book Essentialism, which I read quite a while ago and I should probably read again, but a quote I really liked from it was a millimeter in 300 directions or a foot in one. Do some quick math there. I did pre-search this up, but I think 300 millimeters should be 1 foot. It doesn't matter. What you understand is that if you're making a millimeter in 300 directions, you don't go very far in any. But if you take all the energy it takes to make a millimeter in 300 directions, and you just choose to make a foot in one, you make a foot opposed to a millimeter. Growing up as a kid, if you've seen the photos, I was very overweight. I got bullied a lot, obviously. Like, bro, if I can pull up a photo, if I end up editing this video and not just making it a more unfiltered one, if you see, like, I had really long hair, I stuttered a lot, I couldn't talk to people, I was basically, essentially, the ideal person to bully. And I desired a lot of things back then. I wish that I had friends, of course. I wish that I wasn't so chubby. I wish that I looked better. I wish that girls liked me. And in turn, my current situation seemed a lot worse because of it. But there was one desire, there was one core thing that I really wanted back then, and that was to get fit. And bro, I'm still not super jacked or anything. Like, I'm wearing a hoodie so you can't really see, that's why I don't look that jacked. But I'm not super jacked or anything. But once I got to the point where I was more healthy, and like, just for reference, I literally used to, so whenever I'd get bullied or something, because people literally used to call me a fat ass every single day at school, and like, it's fine, but yeah, so every single day people used to call me a fat ass. And when I would get home, I just remember feeling so sad, and like, I didn't want to be that weight. I didn't want to eat as much food as I would eat because it was only my own fault. The reason I was fat was because of myself. It's not like metabolism or anything. Like, I was fat because I ate a lot of food. Not unhealthy, but I just ate a lot. So I remember every single time when I used to come home from school, I would just literally lay down, not in this bed, but like, I would just lay down and I would search up morbidly obese people. Like, deadass, I would search up morbidly obese people, and I would watch videos of morbidly obese people because it made me feel better about myself because I wasn't at that point. And I just remember I really desired being fit. Like, I just really desired being fit. And I wish I could, like, explain how much I wanted to be fit back then. So when I was given the chance to be fit, when I realized I can go to the gym and I can eat healthy, I was able to get what I desired. And in turn, once I got to that point, I went from being this kid who was fat and who was weak to a kid who was a little bit better, a little bit skinnier, and a little bit more fit, but was still weak. So then I desired to finally be able to fight, to finally be able to feel like I could fight and feel more confident about myself. Because people always used to pick on me because they knew I was just a weak little kid who wouldn't fight back and wouldn't say shit because I was so scared to fight. And like, bro, you've seen the photo of me, like, holy shit, if some kid talks to me, I was like, okay bro, I'm fat, ha 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 ha. Like, I'd be joking with them about it. So I desired to learn how to fight. And eventually, a few months ago, when I realized that I'd learnt what I wanted to learn. I had learned how to fight. I'd been doing martial arts for about a year. I realized I'd gone to the point I wanted. I knew that I could probably decently fight. I felt more confident. I learned a lot of lessons from martial arts. So I moved on to now going rock climbing. And now this is just like to challenge my mind because of a fear of heights and a fear of how far can I push myself on the wall. And it's always just been something that I wanted to do, but I was always too weak and too scared and too nervous to go. So now being able to go and like I'm actually climbing like some 5'11s and stuff, which like if you climb, let me know if you climb in the comments, but if you climb, like that's pretty decent. Like I just started. So having that now to me is like this next desire. But since I desired the one thing at a time, that was a bit of a side ramble. But when I was a kid, I just wanted to be fit. When I was fit, I just wanted to be a good fighter. I just wanted to be able to protect myself. And now I desire to climb and to make friends and to do that thing because I feel like now my desire is just to improve my overall life and my social skills and to make these videos, improve my business, everything related to my life really. But if I were to desire so much at the same time, I probably wouldn't have gotten any of it. So if you see now, if a lot of the unhappiness I had and that you might have is from desiring too many things. And that's really the point of this video. That's the simple summary. But you might wish you had less acne. You might wish you were a little hotter. You might wish that more girls were attracted to you. Listen, cut those desires. Cut those desires. And just focus on one. Just one. It will be really hard, but in order to get the one, you have to let the rest go. If the acne thing is the worst for you, you really just want this gone. For now, get rid of wanting girls, get rid of everything else, and just focus on the acne thing. It's not to say you can't work on other things and you can't try and improve your skills in other things, but for your focus on the one thing. And by that, I mean, yes, if you're doing the work and say you fail because you forget a certain day to put on your skincare or something, be mad. But only be mad if it's with that. If you go up to a girl and she doesn't give you your phone number or something, that's okay. That's not your focus right now. So that's fine. Don't let those things affect you. And this is the really key thing I want you to realize is like, it's okay to work on multiple things at a time. But for your sole focus, that's the only thing you should get mad about if things aren't quite going right. It's good to want to improve everything. It's good to want to improve your social skills while also improving your looks and stuff. Like, don't just pick one or the other. But if your focus is just for physical, don't be too mad if your social skills aren't good right now. That will come. I promise you that will come later once you can focus on that. And that's like the stage I'm in right now, is just focusing on social skills, focusing on making as many friends as I can at places all around so that I can actually have some decent friends, which I've never had. So like, it feels really good right now to be able to have some friends and stuff. I still get nervous to talk to people all the time. I think the main difference is really just the fact that now I've gotten to a point where I used to get nervous and I wouldn't do the thing. I'd get nervous and I wouldn't go talk to the person. Now I get nervous, I just still do it. So the difference isn't that I'm not nervous anymore. Bro, you really, maybe one day, but like, it's been 2 years and I still get nervous to talk to people. So that's okay. If you're at that point, like, that's fine. The point is that you take action. Really, the point is that you take action with anything. I'm going on side rambles. I didn't want this video to be super scripted anyway, so like, I don't mind, but if you mind, fuck off then. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I just want this to be a bro discussion. But bro, like, if you want something genuinely, I made a post talking about like, if you want anything, it doesn't matter what you do or who you do it with, it matters how you do it. If you want something and you do it right, you'll get it. Probably. I don't really know if there's anything else I want to say in this video. I'm trying to think. I don't really have too much written down for this, but most of your unhappiness is probably coming from you wanting too many things. So want less. All right, y'all. Stay smart, and I'll see you in the next one.